Okay, we're going to roll a tribute to Eddie Rivera.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Rivera, the family, the nephew of the late Eddie Rivera, some of the members of I.D.R.C, International Disco Record Center. And I was honored to be a part of that as well after I left David Mancuso, 99 Prince Street. Please welcome them because this is history. And Eddie Rivera is, all of us remember him well, and with much respect to his family and to this man who we all call a friend, Eddie Rivera. Please pay attention to the screen.
This memoir is the contribution of the Rivera family. I'm writing this letter in honor of my late uncle Eddie Rivera, founder of I.D.R.C record pool and R.P.B.C. All that he ever did was for the love of music. Starting in the late 60s to the early 70s with his house parties that he would host, similar to the speakeasies of the day, playing with his reel-to-reel tape recorder, I remember as a little kid going with my parents and seeing the atmosphere of people getting together to party. I must say I was very moved by it. He would later do shows with companies like Dance Theater of Harlem and the Latin Symbolic. He was also quite the dancer. He would also later start doing block parties on Attorney Street on the Lower East Side. I believe it was like 1973 or 1974. He would put out food for the neighborhood and shut down the park to have a party. Ironically, that would later be where the dream would become reality, the original I.D.R.C record pool. Before he had played at such clubs as Cork and Bottle, the Bon Soir, I believe he also did spins at Ipanema. I remember going to see him there several times, and the Buttermilk Bottom as a guest DJ. I remember that one well. He joined David Mancuso's New York record pool in 1974, but what he noticed once there was that there were a lot of DJs and clubs not represented. So he decided to cut ties with the record pool and form his own I.D.R.C to help represent those who were not being heard simply because they were not playing at high-end clubs. We had our own DJs at that time, but would later take on the great DJs such as Danny Pooch, Luis Oriana, Ray Pinky Velasquez, Doug Riddick, and later Little Louie Vega, Ray Vasquez, Louis Rivera, and even Lou Gorbea, to name a few. Our roster grew to 300 at one point. He said, why not bring all DJs, not just from New York, but from all parts of the world? And even the mobile DJs who were also not represented at the time. I remember when we opened I.D.R.C, and I say we because it was my uncle Eddie Rivera, my brother Dennis Rivera, and I, Jamie Rivera, with the help of my father, Carlos Rivera, and my late brother, Carlos Rivera Jr. in late 1975. In my grandmother's and Eddie's apartments combined. Wow, who would have imagined what was to come? We would put all the speakers to the windows and just blow away the neighborhood. I.D.R.C was now on the scene. One day a DJ all the way from Canada came to the record pool, who would later form his own in Canada. He also worked with Marty Angelo of Buffalo. I.D.R.C would later be interviewed by ABC News' Doug Johnson on Attorney Street, and later again at our new offices, 873 Broadway at 18th Street, where many a great party was had by all. Eddie had set his sights on bigger and better things, starting with the creation of the Feedback Committee, whereby a group of talented DJs like Danny Pucciarelli, Pinky Velasquez, Keith Carlos, Renee Hewitt, Rick Richardson, Doug Riddick, Ted Courier, and celeb DJs such as Nicky Siano, Walter Gibbons, and even Tom Savarese, to name a few, would listen to new product and report back to the companies either by phone, club, or via the newly formed Spinner magazine, which would later be called Spin Magazine. He would also throw our loft parties for new and upcoming artists like Dan Hartman, Michael Zager Band, and Carrie Lucas. He also created the limo tours, upon which he would take various artists around town to several clubs to promote and perform their latest hits. But one of his greatest achievements later on would be an idea. Why not take it to the streets where it all began? He approached then 99 FM WXLO, 98.7 KISS, and I believe WKTU 92.3, KTUZ 100, Hot 103 FM, later with La Mega Radio. Working with each and every one of these stations, he would offer any school with the highest grades in the lower income neighborhood a free concert, or he would offer any neighborhoods willing to clean up their neighborhood a free concert, bringing literally thousands to the streets. My uncle had a dream to bring all together in one arena for one reason and one reason only: the love of music, the love of being behind two turntables. Yeah, I said turntables, and playing the vinyl that we all love. He helped many people accomplish their dreams, i.e. Little Louis Vega, Ray Vasquez, Louis Rivera, Lem Hernandez, Dave DJ Rodriguez, just to name a few. He also worked with many artists from the likes of Lolita Holloway, Dan Hartman, Martha Wash, Sylvester, Hamilton Bohannon, right through to Lisa Lisa, TKA, Judy Torres, George Lamond, the Cover Girls. I know, speaking for the Rivera family and for my uncle Eddie Rivera, he would be honored to be a part of this thing of ours. He for sure was a true legend way ahead of his time. In short, my uncle Eddie Rivera was part of a movement that brought the very best out in all of us through his music. His unique voice and talent simply said, love was always his message through his music. The Legends of Vinyl organization is honored to present our posthumous award to his nephew, Jamie Rivera, with the respect and love that he deserves. We also would like to acknowledge Jamie Rivera as the distribution director of the I.D.R.C. record pool.
Jamie Rivera is the gentleman, the nephew, and we'd like to thank you. And we'd like to thank Ray Vasquez. David, my daughter, look at that. Ray, how you doing? Lefty Hernandez and Chavez, and Fabian Chavez. Thank you, guys. Just the way we are, the best. That was I.D.R.C, ladies and gentlemen. Really, it was. It was great times. My pleasure. So this is for Eddie. And say hello to the family of Eddie Rivera. And if you want to say something, one word?
The best, just the simply.
Amazing. Thank you on behalf of Eddie. Inspirational. God bless.
Thank you very much. I.D.R.C. forever, baby.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love this dog. It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, everybody here. And from the bottom of the Riveras, thank you very much, Legends of Vinyl. Pinky, you too, everybody here, thank you very much.
We love the Rivera family. Everybody was loyal to the Rivera family because he was a gentleman. He was really that good, the man. I don't know about you, but he was good, okay? Say hi to everybody, okay? They all had hair, that's right, back in the day. All right, guys.